Hello, and welcome to the Sad Dads Club podcast. Here's everybody's favorite sad dads, Jim and Foo.
We both have
syphilis.
Yeah. Whoops.
That's better because
I mean, it's better than COVID.
Oh gosh.
Ooh.
Is it? I mean, it's treatable, I guess.
Oh, yeah. Is it? Well, yeah. It is.
Syphilis is treatable, I
Is that
believe.
penicillin?
I don't even
Or
know.
is that the clap? I don't know. I haven't had either.
Is the clap the same or different from like gonorrhea? I don't know.
No, that's a steady drip
Oh.
of the sea.
Is that treatable too, I assume?
Penicillin?
And penicillin will just... I actually had a drip
of
penicillin.
Well,
of some antibiotic at the hospital.
no. Okay.
Not that drip.
I don't need.
I had a drip of penicillin.
Oh, yeah. I don't need to hear about your...
No, not that kind of drip.
Sometimes when I have relations, after I sell a lot of cars, there's dripping from my pee hole.
From under.
From under. You might think it's because I'm happy about the sale, when in fact, I slept with someone I shouldn't have who slept with 500 other dudes.
And I'd take a leaky oil pan over that any day.
God, I have regrets, but it was the best 20 spot I ever spent.
Oh, jeez.
Hey,
Oh.
welcome to the podcast.
Welcome to the Sad Dads Club podcast.
I'm the Lord Foo,
And I'm Jim.
and we don't have any stalkers.
Not at the moment. Not that I'm welcoming any, but
Yeah, but I mean, I still haven't sold any of my bathwater yet.
no, that's true.
Or inquiries.
Oh, that
like
was
like a
I was
BOGO or anything.
surprised that we didn't have like the email light up from.
Yeah.
I want some bath water.
It's like, I can't afford the 50-gallon drum, but how about a Home Depot bucket? Like, sorry.
I mean, a pint, maybe.
Yeah,
You know, as long as there's some floaties in
something that I just mildly rinse off my body. Yeah, sorry, son.
it. As long as there's bits in it floating around,
This is a whole Rubbermaid tub or nothing. I'm sorry.
it's an all or nothing proposition.
$10,000.
It's going on a train. That's how you're getting it.
Yeah. So, let's see. Jump right in. All right.
Jump right in. What do you got? You got something?
I do.
Oh,
So if you had been following my Twitter or probably pre-COVID or right near COVID, I had the fence that we've talked about with the neighbor that I replaced stealth while phantoming leaving up the fence while I replaced it.
we don't have to talk about how that. In my opinion, it's not even your fence. It's the weirdest shit ever.
Right.
Okay.
So that fence.
Yes.
I had tweeted a picture at some point where I managed to wrangle the entire family out to outside in the sun to stain said fence.
Mm-hmm.
So it took us, goddamn, probably the better part of 2 hours, 4 people.
Really?
Staining the fence. Because
I mean, is this like whitewashing the fence in whatever that?
yeah, well, paintbrushes
Okay.
and like a clear,
Yeah. Tom Sawyer kind of thing.
yeah, just up and down,
Okay.
Mr. Miyagi.
So
Paint the
is it a stain or is it a like water treatment kind of like protection or is it both?
I think it's yes. It's what we like. The Preserva.
Okay.
I
it's
don't know. Have you heard that?
No, but
They're a local company, and
Yeah.
that's the only reason I continue to go to Home Depot because I think they have an exclusive deal with Home Depot.
Okay.
And we did, and the only reason I know that is because when I worked at PC Solutions in Auburn, we did their network.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
So they're a local company.
Okay.
So I prefer to support local. So they don't apparently carry the product at Lowe's. If they do, I have never been able to find it, or
Sure.
it's so obscure that it's not worth my time to continue to look. Anyway, so
You're
Preserva.
probably on the wrong aisle.
I prefer the stain. It's local. So we had spent a good afternoon with the paintbrushes trying to stain this fence. And it was like a good family thing. Ha, ha, ha. I put you guys to work and, substitute for your PE.
Yeah.
It's on my list. I'm on PTO this week and next week.
Do you ever work?
I know, right? Wouldn't it be nice if someone paid the bills in this house? It's not me, because I'm on PTO. So on my list of shit to do was restain the fence, because I've got a sprinkler that kind of gets up in its business, and you can see like a water line mark where it has washed off the stain that I got the entire... Oh, all my rings. Where it has washed off some of the stain that the whole family participated on.
Please focus.
Fuck. What?
Just let's hear. We're here, man.
You keep interrupting me.
Just focus.
God damn. So.
All right. So we got water stains on the stain.
I have this on my list to restain. I went and bought the stain over the weekend. So this is on my task list. I start getting out the paintbrushes, and I realize, the kids are in school. Venus was busy. And I'm like, I don't want to do this all day. So I found one of the, you can see it right there. Like concrete, I had a concrete water stain thing.
Yeah.
That I had used on the back patio where we were waterproofing.
I mean, here's what I'm going to say right now is I wish I would have known, because you could have used my Wagner.
It's okay, because then I would have had to run a power cord.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So, this is something that I had seen, but I had never put into practice because it was, I guess I feel like I'm old school in this regard. And it is like you're going to stain something or paint something, rollers or paintbrushes. Obviously, if you follow my Twitter feed, you know that I got the entire family out there painting with paintbrushes. I didn't want to spend the entire afternoon out there, so I rinsed out and drained what was left of a concrete waterproofing shit, and I put the entire gallon of the Preserva wood stain in it, in a
pump sprayer.
A pump sprayer.
Yeah, yeah.
So the same, well, it's not the same as the same mechanics of the one that I used to Bob Ross the lawn.
Yeah.
I stained the entire, probably 30 plus feet a length of fence in 15 minutes or less.
Damn.
And it was fucking amazing. I went, I can't believe I just did that.
And what's cool about it is when you do it like that, you get coverage and it's consistent.
Right. It atomized way better than a paintbrush.
Yeah.
I felt like I got better coverage and I better without loss of material. Like, when you're dipping the brush and sometimes there's slop on the way between the point A and point B.
Yeah.
It got more wood faster. Obviously, I did it in 15 minutes or less. No joke.
Yeah.
If you are someone that has replaced your fence, specifically in this area, because it happens a lot in the wind and the way the construction has worked in this area, it's like the fences are just put up and the concrete and the posts are not treated well. They're going to fall over. I guarantee you, if you haven't had a fence segment fall over,
I don't want to talk about it.
In the California area, wow.
You don't
have a fence.
I don't want to talk about our fences.
So, you should really treat your fence. You should treat it with something. You don't necessarily have to paint it. So, don't do my mistake.
Like treat it to dinner or something.
Yeah, don't buy it. It's not going to swipe left on you or swipe right, whichever those is. I don't know. I'm too old for this shit. Please. And those the hand pressure canisters with the sprayers, they're, God, I want to say they're $10 or under.
Yeah. So even if you ruin it.
Right. It's okay. I mean
that's about the cost of a brush. Did you?
Right. Some of those brushes are expensive as shit.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Unless you buy because for crafting and some of the cosplay stuff that I do, you can buy like a bulk, like trash brush thing. And that's fine. You could do that.
Well, there's different levels of brush quality.
This was so time saving And I can reuse this bottle if I actually drain. I didn't use all of the stain. But I think there's maybe like a pint left.
I see it.
There's not a lot. But I felt I got 90+% efficiency out of the whole thing.
You know what's nice too is if you mix in some like bug spray with the paint protector.
What? Does that work?
Then you kill two birds.
Like just spray your lawn and kill all the shit.
No, you just spray the fence and then you also keep the bugs away.
Right, and then just if you're thirsty,
yeah, sure,
why not? So,
well, if you add water to it,
if you're because you hydrate.
Yeah, you hydrate while you're laying down spray for the bugs,
right,
and
why
staining
not?
the fence at the same time.
Just do it.
You just put it all in there,
right in your face.
Yeah,
just don't wear goggles. So if you're considering or you've replaced your fence and you haven't treated it, please don't worry about painting, with a brush. Go get yourself one of those hand pump sprayers. If you're going to treat it, put your preserving product inside there and just spray it. You'll thank me later.
Well, I will
Trust
say
me.
this. I have multiple sections of fencing that need to be replaced. Both Good Neighbor fence and my own gate.
You're right.
Yeah. So that's going to be happening soon. Partly it hasn't happened yet because I'm just nervous as shit about building a gate.
Really?
Kinda.
Why do you buy like the little
I'm not,
steel frame square kit?
I mean, I'm not worried about that necessarily.
Yeah.
But, it's like if you build it wrong, I mean, I don't know. Who knows? But, I mean, we'll do it. It'll happen. It's just like it hasn't happened. Just because. But we have literally the gate, like you have to push the 4x4 over to get the gate to lift up so it'll swing open.
Oh, I feel you. Because the big gate of mine is totally janky into like a... Yeah. It's terrible.
Well,
like I've got like my old stationary bike like pedal stand
oh no
for running inside because it's heavy as fuck. It's like big old magnets in there to run it inside. Fuck yeah, like with a tie down to a stationary bike stand because I haven't had time to fix the big gate because I designed it totally fucking backwards.
Yeah,
so I'm there, and I have gate parts, but haven't had the time to do gate shit.
Well, it's just like a thing like digging up a post and replacing the post and like buying all the lumber and making a fence or making the gate. That's the...
Right.
I mean, it'll happen. It's not like I'm an idiot, but I'll figure it out. But it's just...
Will it? Are you worried about the next rain or something like that where it'll fall over or some shit?
We have parts that are pretty bad.
Yeah,
that section's not bad, but we have parts along the back that need to be. They're all going to get replaced around the same time.
Yeah.
My goal was to get the house finished painting, and then that was the next thing to tackle.
Yeah. So if you are doing anything about that, before you start Mr. Miyagiing your fucking fence, just spray it with a hand pump sprayer.
That's a good idea.
Trust me.
I appreciate that.
I hadn't done it, but I was like, I don't want to lose my afternoon. Did it, and was like, damn, what a smart idea.
And then you went and watched some Mandalorian to, like, pat yourself on the back.
Are you caught up?
No, I'm not.
Oh, my God. Well, then I ain't saying shit.
I'm a show out.
One show?
Yeah, I think just whatever the most recent show probably came out last
Did you see
weekend.
the one with the lady with the...
No.
Okay. Do you know his name?
Who? I don't even know what you're talking about.
Okay. Really?
Maybe I'm 2 shows away.
You're 2 shows back then.
That's possible.
Are you fucking with me?
No. No, it's very possible it could be 2 shows.
I
kind of watch them in bulk.
The last 2?
Yeah. Don't say anything.
Hi. If we're talking about Mandalorian, I ain't going to get into spoilers. But we can talk about this. Not. So what do you think, as a non-Star Wars... it would be safe to say, correct me if I'm wrong, that if Star Wars was a drug, I have that shit in my veins, and you're like a guy that drives past the corner and sees the dealer and goes, that's not for me.
Are you trying to tell me that I don't like The Mandalorian?
You are not
No,
like I am.
No. You're into it hard, but I mean, I love Star Wars, like the original 3 Star Wars.
Have you seen the Clone Wars? Okay,
maybe not.
So we're on different levels.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
my question would be, in the Mandalorian stuff that you have seen, is it good storytelling?
Oh, absolutely. I love the show. Don't get me wrong. It's a great show, and I, first of all, the Star Wars based characters and some of the lore stuff that's part of it is just kind of interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, they're hitting stuff that like, oh, I just heard something that I knew, that kind of stuff. I love all that, and I love the characters, and I love all the, the like stormtroopers, and I love all all that shit. So all that stuff's intriguing to me.
We had a,
but I forget that there's shows coming out. Like I'm used to like bulk loading a show in like a weekend, like
right?
Hitting a whole season, And like I get caught up, and then I forget for like 2 weeks that oh shit, that's right, I got Mandalorian. Yeah,
we had a because they had a, I think it's 2 shows back. So you're missing a really good one. It was.
I mean, I'll get there.
Yeah, I'm sure you will.
Yeah.
I'll nag you like
you don't have
the greatest showman.
I think it was last night. In fact, I said, shit, I got at least one Mandalorian to watch.
Homework.
And I was excited.
They had an episode with a significant character, and I was having trouble dodging spoilers in my Twitter feed, which is loaded with like a bunch of Star Wars nerd garbage. To most people, but to me it's special. So I basically said, we know this is coming. We know this person is coming. They release the new episodes at midnight.
You even know exactly what...
I got everyone, because it was Friday.
You're like, refresh. There it is!
I said, this is how this is going to work in this house. I said...
no one is allowed on the internet.
Yeah, I am watching this at midnight. And something tells me the rest of you want to watch it too, because I'm not waiting. I can't. The amount of... Really, it was about information feed. My information feed was going to spoil it.
You just can't not look at your Twitter.
Right. Because I'm following it for other stuff. So there was no way for me to avoid it. I said, so... With this regard, if you want to watch it as it comes, I'm watching it right here. Because
it's happening as the minute it comes out.
At midnight, we're watching it right. And so, everyone in the house on Friday, 2 weeks back, Friday, stayed up so that we could watch it. Really good.
Yeah. Ties
into a whole bunch of stuff. And then the next episode, which was last week, ties into even more cool stuff. And Argonaut, #Hi Argonaut, has like, him and I had like a couple like back and forth on it. So
is he doing it at midnight too? Is he one of the...
I don't know. I think he caught up with me, at least relative to the last episode. Mm-hmm. I think he waited safely until we were a couple days after.
I mean, I would rather watch a bunch of shows in a row than like TV time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, a show came out this week. Cool. Yeah. I'm watching it. You know what I mean? And then wait a week and then another show.
And I could do that with some shows, certainly.
Yeah.
Like House of Cards, or, some of the, the Amazon series, like Fleabag, or the Jack Ryan stuff. It's like, I lose nothing in those series in letting it run 3-4 weeks, or if not completely finish its run and then binge it after it's released in its trickle. The Mandalorian, specifically for me, with who I follow on Twitter, as well as what I'm sure Google will throw at me in an algorithm, or my son, in an algorithm of what I like to watch on YouTube, will show me a fucking thumbnail that will completely ruin it. So relative to Mandalorian, that one I have to almost keep.
Yeah.
I have to keep up on. And then too, in our house, Xander and I are probably like a pay grade above Venus and Piper. Like Xander and I, the last episode, last week's, Xander and I watched it within hours of its release because the girls had something else to do. But I think Piper had homework. So, responsible young adult. She was delivering fundraising stuff for band.
Bullshit.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Who teaches her that?
I mean, you're not even working.
Yeah.
I mean, homework.
What?
Yeah.
So Xander and I watched it right out of the gate.
Yeah.
And then we had to hush it down. And him and I we're, like I said, we're a pay grade above the girls as far as our knowledge and scope of Star Wars lore and how we'll like really start bouncing shit off each other.
Okay, so how are you watching it? Are you computer, tab, TV?
When the two of Xander and I watched it last week, we watched it off the computer.
Okay.
Because we didn't want to have the girls walk in and see something that would ruin it for them.
I watched quite a few episodes back when we had a office.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and so I would take lunch and I'd go on a like pretty hearty walk, and then I'd watch an episode like when I came back, like for cool down before I went back in the office for work again. I would chill outside with my phone and watch it with my headphones. And that's okay. It's the screen's kind of small.
Right.
But it did the job, I guess.
Yeah.
My family, no one in my family watches. I'm the only person.
Really?
Yeah, no one else watches it. Shan's not interested in Star Wars stuff really at all.
Huh. Oh, yeah,
Yeah, so it's like I always say, you're missing a good show. It's a good show. You're missing it, you know, and she's like, Stormtroopers.
God damn it,
Don't
Shan.
like them. I'm like,
yeah, that's one.
They are just costumes. Hey.
Yeah.
Hey, lady.
Does she like Boba Fett?
Does she even know who Boba Fett is? Does
the Mandalorian mask scare her?
I don't know about that.
Is it just a stormtrooper mask?
She just hates stormtroopers. Because when Star Wars came out, she was a kid, right? So it scared her as a little kid, or however old she was, 7, 8.
Right.
So it scared her. So stormtroopers are scary. So I mean, you know, now that she's 50, they're still scary. This is how it is. She just doesn't care for it for that reason.
God,
and I'm like,
such
whatever.
Good storytelling.
So when we went to Star Wars Land, right? At
Disney?
Disneyland.
Yeah.
And we were walking around, and there's stormtroopers and shit walking around. And I'm like, we're walking by, and some stormtroopers came, and I'm like, she's over there. And I'm doing that to the stormtroopers to tell that Shanna's over there. I'm like,
there's
hey, Shanna, no, she's over there. I kept yelling, and one of them like looked, and she turned around, and she's all, no. And she was upset. This is how much she doesn't like the stormtroopers.
Oh.
She didn't want,
does not want any part of it.
Yeah. She doesn't like it.
Nope.
So, you know, you give her that, and she won't watch.
Yeah.
So I'm the only person.
Really?
Yeah. So, I mean, I think when I had my surgery, I caught up on a few shows because I was behind. But I just haven't had time to get back to it.
We did finish to the Ewan McGregor, Charlie, God, I can't remember his last name. The Long Way Up, where they were riding the electric Harley Davidsons from the tip of South America, Ushuaia, all the way up to Los Angeles.
Mm-hmm.
Really impressed with those bikes. Really good series, in my opinion.
How do they do that through where... Is that the very north end of Brazil where Central America and South America touch? There's like jungle that has no roads through it. So how do
they had to ship the bikes around. There's actually a good chunk before the Panama Canal at the top of South America.
Yeah.
That was... Yeah.
There's no roads
There's
through there.
nothing there.
Yeah.
And also it was, this is gang tribal fuckery. Like, you don't bring something in through here, you'll get
They have attempted
ganked.
They have attempted to put some roads in there, but it's super sketchy and dangerous. And I think that the land is really difficult to build on or put a road on.
Very native. And it's like,
I think it's even like swampy or very wet or whatever. It's very rain
Wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah.
Because Panama was the same way, right?
In your mind, when you think about that trek, you think, oh, shit, there's roads everywhere. I bet you I could drive
right
all
there.
the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is a chunk there you
and
cannot
they
do.
had it was very eye-opening to me. They had a serious security concern with the bulk of Mexico.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they got to essentially what was a central part of Mexico, like Mexico City, like that, like the heart of Mexico. And they were from their security consultants and the people that they were riding with. They're like, you don't ride at night. And you need to go this route because of gangs, because of cartels, because just very wow.
Have you been to Mexico City before?
No.
Okay, I only went there for a very short time, like 24 hours, literally. It is an interesting city in the sense that it's a very big discrepancy in the people that have money and the people that don't have money. Not a lot of middle class there, but the people that have money have like compound type houses,
right?
That fenced, big fences all the way around their yard, and many of them drive armored vehicles.
Wow.
Yeah. And part of the reason for that is because gangs and stuff will target them for kidnappings.
Right.
And stuff like that.
That's the bulk of their fears.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, so that's why they have the armored cars. They have the gates around the house. They just fortify everything.
What they ended up doing was they bought a bus, like a school bus, and they retrofit it so that it would hold the bikes.
Inside the bus?
Inside the bus with like a couple cots inside the bus.
And so they could sleep in the bus
so they could
with
sleep
the bikes?
With the bikes.
Oh.
So at night, they put the bikes in the bus, traveled by bus through a segment, and then during the day, they would undock the bikes and they would ride like normal. Those episodes went really fast, like maybe 1 or 2 episodes. If not almost a compressed 1 episode. I'm not quite sure if that was because, and they said, Ewan and Charlie in multiple places, like, you get off the beaten path and you get some of the culture in the area and you're like, we feel really bad because the way that the filming is going, this looks bad for Mexico because all you see is we have to buy a bus. At night, we can't ride here.
Yeah.
We have to get inside a fucking tank, just short of, in order to make progress to get to the border.
Yeah.
And so you could see that them as stewards of like culture and trying to show you that people and the experience is what Mexicans,
as long as you're doing it in the daytime,
right? There was the complete disparity because every other thing is like, well, what are you doing today? Well, we're fortifying the bus. Well, why are you doing that? Because we can't travel at night. Well, why can't you do that? Because fucking Americans on bikes will get kidnapped and held for ransom.
Yeah,
and because of social media, it's fucking Obi-Wan Kenobi. Dude, they know exactly where you are at every point in time, and if all they're doing is they got scouts and they're waiting for 3 bikes, because they have a guy with a camera that's videographing for them. So they're watching for these 3 bikes, and you're targeted.
Yeah.
You try and run that at night, and you're going to end up with Obi-Wan Kenobi in a ransom situation.
Yeah, yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, and Mexico City is pretty deep down in central Mexico. So, I mean, it's a fair bit of riding between... Well, Mexico City itself is huge. It's a very large city. Very sprawling.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a really big place. So between probably the outskirts of Mexico City and like Texas or whatever, your closest point at the border is still pretty damn far. I don't know what the mileage would be, but it's huge. But it's a big problem down there, especially cartels. And I mean, they're going to do everything they can to make money, and it's a serious problem even for Mexican nationals who are well-to-do that live there. It's a problem for them. That's why they're
They covered a lot of they stopped at a number of like UNICEF locations where they were working with children who were essentially victims of like gang recruitment. It was really interesting to see, because Piper was watching this with us. It's like, this is what it's like in some places where you may not have a choice. You're being molded from the get-go kind of thing. And, some of the kids that are taking counseling classes on like what to do if someone in a gang comes up to you and presents you with a choice, like, we're going to kill your family or you're going to sell this stuff for us.
Yeah.
Like, can you imagine those propositions? God, man.
There was, now this is years ago, but there was the whole drug cartel war down in Mexico. There was a show on Netflix. It started.
Do you have a minute and a half in you? I have to pee.
What?
I have to.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Where's your bucket?
Yeah, right.
Oh my gosh. So I'm going to try and fill some time. So there's a show, and I don't remember the name of the show, but it's a cartel show that starts in South America and Brazil. Is it Brazil or Colombia? And it's all of the Mexican cartels, and they end up later on coming into Mexico, and they are trying to figure out where all the drugs are coming into the U.S. And it's crazy how corruptible the Mexican government is and susceptible to bribery and stuff like that. And I would imagine probably it's still the same way to a certain extent. I don't think they've probably ever gotten rid of it. I don't know if anyone knows. I'd love to hear it. saddadsclubpodcast@gmail.com. But it's fascinating. What is the name of that show? Do you know the name of the series on Netflix?
Is it a prison?
No. There's a series on Netflix. It's about drugs. It's about the big drug cartel.
Is it Cartel?
Is it? It's a really good series if you haven't seen it. I'm drawing a blank on what the name of it is, but it starts out in Colombia.
Okay.
And they talk about all the stuff that the U.S. government's doing. It's basically told from a DEA agent standpoint.
Okay.
And also from the standpoint of the drug cartel, so that you see both sides of what they're always like trying to outdo each other. They're always trying to find out.
Yeah.
Of course, the DEA guys are always they pay everybody. They had everybody under their pay, like whole towns.
Okay.
But they also have the second series of the show is in Mexico, and it's the same thing. It's like sort of a story about the DEA agent that goes down and works in Mexico, and they have a DEA office, and the whole like cartel thing, and how easily paid off the Mexican government can be. Like they just start. It's good money, right? So they're going to take that. They're going to take that pay.
Yeah.
And so they just look the other way on everything. It was from the top down. So Mexico, it's very susceptible to that stuff, which I think is fascinating into itself. And they're our next door neighbor.
Yeah.
You've got
I hate to tell you, but I think the bulk of American politicians are probably on the take too, but we won't really talk about that because, hey, it's Mexico and we can look at them.
I mean, it's
concerning.
Yeah. Well, we have a little bit of that happening right now. We see it in plain sight. It's the craziest thing.
Yeah.
For cash for pardons, basically.
Yeah.
I mean, let's talk about that. But I mean, this is like a top-down systemic problem where money flows up through the government from the drug cartels to push drugs into the U.S.
Yeah,
and that's part of it. You know?
And the whole to get back to like tie it off, the series, it was nice to see as a series, especially watching it with Piper, and some of it with Xander. The series not skirt around the realities of those situations, like some of the countries that they went through, they had problems. Well, while the culture aspects and some of the things that they experienced along the way were like, as I told Piper, certainly Venus did on a number of occasions, it was like, this is what was inspiring when Venus and I went abroad with Angie and Mike. It was like, there is an eye-opening amount of culture and experience to be had that I think you're probably prejudiced about because you're an American. It was amazing to see, as well as to experience, like the reality of just straight up getting slapped across the face with, there are good people everywhere, and I think the speed at which people live life is a little bit slower when you get outside America, which is not, I don't want to say that with a bad taste in your mouth, because it is what it is, but it is certainly, as a country guy, so there's a little bit of feels there when you go abroad and you see people living at and doing fine at half speed. It's like I'm like, and good people. They're not faking it. They're not doing it to shine you on. They're not like making a read that you're an American and they're doing something sideways, giving you a fake experience. It was like, you can see in the show, as well as what your mom and dad are conveying to the kids. It's like, people live this way and there are great experiences abroad to be had. Like, please do this at some point because you won't regret it.
Well, there's a little bit of what I see is a little bit of the rape and pillage aspect of the U.S. of just, burn it down and take what you can kind of a thing and quick as possible and make the money and move on to the next thing as quick as possible.
Because we're out of toilet paper again.
Yeah.
Right? We're going to get there, but we can go there. Like, well, I don't understand why we're out of toilet paper again.
Yeah. I don't know.
And someone had brought this up to us probably 2 weeks ago. Yeah. And I'm like, I don't know. My grocery store has plenty.
Well, we had started seeing
you
it.
Did.
We started seeing it a little bit here and there, like, oh, damn, the toilet paper is starting to get slim.
What happened?
And then all of a sudden it's like, there's no toilet paper. And I don't know, Shannon and I don't normally sit around watching local news or watching national news.
Right.
But we've turned into people who now watch local and national news almost all the time.
Have they explained it? Like,
no, but there's been a couple of things on the news where they're like, oh, there's going to be lockdowns. You better make sure you get the essentials kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I think there's a little bit of fear driven from some of that. I mean, in our minds, we're like, oh, shit, great. There's not going to be any toilet paper.
So I understood the perspective of the first wave and shortage. It was like, oh, this is going to get bad. People are like overly prepping. And then,
the thing is we're going into another kind of lockdown sort of situation.
But the point in which I think you had raised it, it was like, I think I'd missed the signs, the tea leaves that people were starting to be prepping again for.
But why is it toilet paper? I mean,
nothing.
Well, there is other stuff too, like baked good things like flour and sugar, and that you start seeing that stuff start to get hit. Stuff. All the cleaning supply things are all kind of wiped out, where you can't find like Clorox wipes and stuff like that. Toilet paper, Clorox wipes. The one that we had problems finding was we use Finish Quantum tabs in the dishwasher.
Okay. Finish as in the
it's called Finish.
Country, or Finish as in finish line?
Finish. Yeah. It's called Finish. It's like Cascade.
Okay.
But it's Finish instead.
Okay.
That's just the brand.
Finish line, not double N.
Yeah.
Finish as in.
I think so.
Hello, how are you? Would you like to drive my Subaru?
Not soap from Finland.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah. It's dishwasher soap. Finish Quantum is what it's called.
Okay.
And we like it because it doesn't leave shit all over the dishes. Like we use Cascade, and we always like pull like a clear bowl out, and it's got like a
Schmidt
weird color haze or something on it.
Yeah.
So we stopped using that. We switch over to Finish. We don't have that problem. So this is what we buy.
Okay.
Well, we were getting low. It's like, we need some. We just used the last tab of dishwasher soap because you can't just buy the fucking squirty jars anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, so we go and we hit a couple stores, can't find it. We're like, what the fuck? Go to Walmart one night, none at Walmart, but they got a bunch of Cascade. I'm like, I'm not buying that shit because it fucks up my stuff.
Yeah.
It leaves stuff behind. I don't want that.
Right.
So then we go back, and normally we'll buy just the small pack. It's got like 24 loads in it. And so I go back to Walmart. I check again. Oh, cool. They only have one container on the shelf of the Finish dish soap, and it's 84.
Holy shit.
I'm like, we don't have any right now. I got nothing. I got dirty dishes in the dishwasher I can't wash. I'm buying it, you know. A $19.
So you bought it digitally, or you knew where it was and you went and got it?
It was one of those things where it's like, there are several things that I have to have, and I need to go to the store now because I can't wait for an order and go pick it up.
Mm-hmm.
We had a situation where we actually ordered stuff from Walmart.
Mm-hmm.
And then the time came for us to pick it up. It's all, your order's delayed, but we're still working on it. And then like after the hour time of you're supposed to go pick it up, it's like, oh, sorry, we didn't have enough people to pack your order. So then we didn't get groceries because they didn't fucking pack our order.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So there were several things that like we didn't have. So now I'm like, we need dishwasher. I don't have any clean dishes.
Right.
So I ended up buying an 84 pack of Finish. You know what I mean?
So you'll be good through 2021.
And they also happen to have some toilet paper. Not what we would normally buy. It's like, I'm buying it.
I actually saw because I did the grocery shopping on Sunday. There was a customer in the aisle over from me. She was buying a whole shitload of wine.
Now that's the kind of stuff I would expect to be short
but she
on.
had 3 rolls, 3
big ones?
packages of probably 6 rolls per package. So she had 3 bundles, and it was the first time that I had actually heard someone say an enforcement of 2 per customer.
Oh.
He's like, I'm sorry, ma'am, I can only ring you up for 2 of the toilet papers. And she went, what?
Why? Well, because you see how you're buying 3 of them.
She was not rude about it. But it was like a reality check because you see like the taped notices on there. She probably didn't think anything of it, or maybe she did, and she thought she would get by and someone wouldn't press her on it. But he basically said, I'm sorry, ma'am, I can only ring up 2 of these for you.
Okay.
And she went, okay. Well,
Shan this was a while ago. Shan went to Walmart to get she always looks for wipes.
Right. The Clorox ones?
Yeah.
Venus has a hard-on for the Clorox ones.
Well, any of them really that she can get her hands on, but Clorox wipes or whatever. So she sees, okay, cool, they have some. I'm going to grab 2. She contemplated there is a 3-pack sitting down there, and she's like, I don't need that many. What I would have just picked up the 3-pack.
Right.
But she's like, I'll just get these 2. Well, then she gets up to check out, and the person's like, you're only allowed to get 1. It's like, God damn it, motherfucker.
Wow.
There is a 3-pack. I can buy 3 of them in 1 pack,
right?
But you're going to limit me to buying 1
individually.
It's like, that is the dumbest shit ever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that kind of shit's frustrating when they start doing that limitation. But man, the toilet paper thing are people just getting the shits like crazy or what?
I don't understand.
I don't either. And one of the comments I heard on the local news was that toilet paper is selling again, but don't worry because the channel that the toilet paper takes to get here is doing fine. Well, it's not.
It's not. If the notices are back up, it's not.
If they're not recuperating the stock, then the channel's not doing okay.
Yeah, especially since we've known since early summer that there was going to be a winter resurgence.
Yes.
And that there was a toilet paper shortage.
Yeah.
I failed to see how we didn't anticipate. There's a lot of me not understanding the anticipation problems of our
so my
elected officials.
My understanding of the toilet paper channel is that the toilet paper factories are basically automated. So they are just making toilet paper 24/7 in general. So if you combine the fact that they're already making toilet paper at their basic capacity,
okay,
and that's what you're getting at the store on a normal time frame, they can't make it any quicker. So if people are buying it way more than normal, then it just takes them a while to get it.
So it's not like the masks where they have more time
capacity
to make more masks.
Yeah.
We're essentially pegging our ability to make toilet paper.
But, well, I mean, I think it's basically in a situation where it's almost on demand to a certain extent. They make it because they make it in the capacity that they make it in because they don't need to make more because the demand is such that they can refill stock and be okay. So they make just what they need. They don't need to make more because otherwise it just drives prices down and that kind of stuff.
We aren't paying more, are we?
Oh, it probably. Everything's more expensive now.
I don't know if I've been paying attention to toilet paper prices. Just the
pricing in general.
Scarcity.
Pricing in general is up for sure.
It?
Oh yeah. So they're already operating at basically whatever their factory capacity is to make toilet paper. So they can't just like crank the dial to 11 and like somehow get 10% more toilet paper or whatever. So they can't feed it back into the channel quicker than it's being purchased from the store, and that's why the stores go empty. The shelves go empty. It's weird. It's a weird. Like I read a couple articles about it because I was like, why is toilet paper going away? What is happening?
And that's the thing. Again.
Yeah.
Right? Again.
Why is it going away?
Again.
Well,
like, what lesson didn't you learn as a business and a supply model from the first time this shit happened that you were unable months down? Right. This isn't weeks after the first oopsies.
I don't think I blame the toilet paper manufacturers. What I want to know is what is happening in the consumer psyche that they think that they need to buy more toilet paper.
Well, is that it? That's just it. The original shortage, I understood as consumers hoarding of the product. This one came up on me so stealth that I don't know if it's shortage of the product or hoarding by the consumer.
I think it's a hoarding situation. I think people are just buying up more.
I don't know.
Because I think what's happening is you have this tier system. Like we're in California. I don't know how it works in other states. So we have this tier system for all the counties, right? Mm-hmm. So this is prior to the new system that they just put in place. But every county had a tier of COVID volatility.
Color code.
Yeah. And if you were purple, you were in the bad, right? This is whole tier system. Well, they've changed that now. So it's gone from just every county being their own entity and having their own rating system to bundling all these counties in a group. And then based on all those counties in the group and what their performance is in the COVID numbers, now they all get docked based on everybody's performance around them.
Right.
So knowing that and knowing that all of the COVID shit is spiking and everything's going up, you could only tell that we're going to have a shortage because now you have a situation where it's like the state's going, hey, man, all your numbers are way up. Guess what? There's a lockdown coming. If you keep that shit up, the percentages for your hospitals are XX. And if they drop below that, below whatever, you're going to have a lockdown. And then people are like, fuck, there's going to be a lockdown. I better go get toilet paper. But why is it toilet paper?
Yeah.
Well, you know what I mean? Like, why isn't it ground beef or I don't even know what, like milk or eggs?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Why is toilet paper so susceptible to hoarding?
I don't know.
The mark of civilization. Toilet paper.
It's weird. Anyway, I don't know if we answered. If anyone has the answer, I would love to know.
Yeah.
I don't think we answered the question.
Especially the second wave.
I think I understand what's happening and why people are doing it.
I could certainly accept the mechanics of whatever someone gave me.
Yeah.
But what it certainly sits weird because this is the second iteration of the same symptom.
My guess, if I had to guess on why it's toilet paper, like, oh, we're going to be on lockdown at the house and I'm going to be taking lots of shits at home. I better make sure I've got toilet paper on hand, and then everybody buys extra toilet paper. Maybe because maybe they take shits at work. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they're not using as much toilet paper at home.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just guessing. And so it's like, I don't know. We've only got 6 rolls. It's only going to last us, there's we found a toilet paper roll calculator on how many, based on how many people you have and blah, blah, blah. There was like a bunch of things you enter in there. And this is how many rolls of toilet paper should last for X number of days or whatever it was.
Right.
And that's all theoretical.
We double dip. We're a 2-protocol household because we use wet wipes as well.
Do you?
Yeah.
Do you flush them?
Yeah. We have like the flushable safe ones.
Do you?
But you only flush one at a time.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh.
Do you not use wet wipes in your house?
Sometimes. Only when everything's really messy.
It makes everything easier.
I just use a bidet.
Do you?
No.
Fuck you.
I have one.
Oh, do you?
Well, I bought one that never got installed.
Recently?
No, I bought it a while ago.
Like pre-COVID?
Yeah, a long time ago. It was several years ago.
Oh.
I bought it because it was like, oh, this might be cool, and it's on a really good sale. And I bought it, and it came in, and my wife's like, nope. And I'm like, really?
Yeah.
She wouldn't even
put
let
it
me.
In Chandler Melly's bathroom. Let him get a surprise.
They would use it. I don't think they would use it. I just thought, we could be.
Just put it on a remote and then make them use it.
Is he? He's grunting.
Hey,
just about ready.
Give him the goose.
Hey, Siri, squirt the squirter.
Yeah, 100 PSI, blast the anus.
Well, the other part of it is that the one I bought doesn't warm anything.
Oh, that would not be pleasant.
The water here right now is very...
Oh, it's cold as fuck, dude.
It's cold.
Because it isn't even in the water. Like, I meant to tweet something out. The weather has turned so cold that now it's the apprehension of sitting down on the toilet rim. It's like, fuck, this is going to give me the shivers all the way up through my balls.
I mean, you might as well just get an ice cube and rub it on your taint. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it is a shocker, to be sure. Like, goddamn. I'll wait till mid-morning or wait till after Venus does her own business and sits on there while playing her little fucking bejeweled Disney whatever. I'll make sure. Yeah, sometimes I do that, wife. Hashtag hi, wife. I let you warm up the toilet bowl rim for me.
Just make sure the fan's running, please.
Yeah, fuck it, whatever. I'll deal with that. I would rather deal with a stinky shitter than a cold-ass, spine-shivering fucking toilet rim. No.
Well, the only thing that you can't control is the backsplash. I mean, be honest.
Not mine. Yeah, no.
If it splashes up and hits you in the ass and it's cold, I mean,
she's
you don't
good.
have...
There's nothing left in there. She's good.
I'm not talking about from her. I'm talking about your own.
Oh.
I mean, you got cold water in the bowl. And that
if you could drop and go, fuck, yeah. Sometimes it's like that.
And you can't stand up any higher because the higher you are, the bigger the splash.
I'm telling you, because I've tweeted about this. I get scared. Like, I do not. It's like one of those things where it's worse than ripping the Band-Aid off. It's like, fuck, man. I gotta go. But I know for sure that no one has been on that toilet in a couple hours. And it is 30s to 40s here in the lows in the morning.
You know what I see here?
It is cold.
I see an opportunity for someone to invest in a battery-operated toilet seat, or maybe a plug-in one if you got power near your toilet somewhere, that you can have a warmed seat.
I give it heavy consideration, especially this year when it's like, It got cold.
Do you have the hard plastic seats?
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe you should get the soft foamy seats because those aren't as cold.
Seats. Okay. See, because sometimes that vinyl that's over the cushion, that gets even colder than like the whatever the plastic.
Oh, hell no.
No. I don't want like a cushion after the freezing anus. No, I want no part of it. I would rather just have a warm. I'm serious. Like I get like above, I'll hold the side of the fucking toilet bowl and be like, okay.
Force the heat down into it.
3, 2, 1, slam. And like, God damn it. It's terrible. Like curling my toes. Like, fuck it is so cold.
That's terrible.
Get it done.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. Well, that's what I mean. You know, if Venus listens to this show, she knows what to get you for Christmas.
Yeah, a warm toilet seat. Fuck.
Why hasn't this been done already?
Are they battery operated?
I would imagine you could probably get some.
They would have to be, wouldn't they? Because we don't have an outlet, and I'm not putting one in just for a warm. Although I may consider it. I'm going to drop down some.
I would imagine you could get a battery operated seat warmer. I would think so. Maybe that's even Alexa based. Alexa, warm up the seat.
Yeah.
And then you just wait a couple minutes, and then you go in. Yeah.
Heat the shitter. Yeah. Alexa, heat the shitter.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I don't know that one. You better. Oh, yeah. You dumb bitch.
You're not sure about a shit, ain't you?
Yeah. Well, you'd know my pain if you had a ass to put on a cold toilet seat.
I think you should show her, just carry her in there and put her on the cold seat and be like, this is what it's like, bitch.
Look, lady, it is cold. Would you like to order Band-Aids? Fuck, no.
Alexa, what is the temperature of my toilet seat? It is cold. Please take me off.
Yeah, he didn't. Because if you did, I'd already own it. You dumb bitch.
I didn't find a device named My Toilet Seat. That's fucking funny. I hope that got picked up on the mic because that was funny stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, man. So we have an Alexa in here. If you couldn't hear it, we have an Alexa in here, and so we're saying this stuff, and she's like, I'm sorry, I could not find a device called My Toilet Seat.
Would you like me to order 5 AA's and a 12-inch double ender? What? We were talking about toilet seats.
Yes, I know.
That's not on my order. No.
That must have been in the queue already.
Yeah. Would you like me to add that to your shopping cart? No. What? That's not in my stuff. That's the dog shopping.
No, I don't need that. I have that on a button.
Yeah. That's on my weekly. What? Amazon Prime Day. What? No.
Also, more lube.
Yeah. Add the... no. I mean, wow, that's not safe.
Oh, that just went south really quick. But I'm just thinking opportunity for someone for a Christmas gift for the foo. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, if it's that big of a problem,
heated toilet seat. I mean, some of those Japanese ones I would like, but I don't want some janky thing that's like run off some Elon Musk.
Well,
solar tile.
Some of those Japanese toilets are
amazing,
but you have to have power where the toilet is. You have to have a GFCI switched.
I don't have one in the one bathroom. In the kids, I would, but
I don't either. I would have to
run line.
Well, that's the reason why that one isn't heated, which could be problematic.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, you could just wait till Shan. Follow Shan.
Well, no, I'm not worried. I don't care about the seat. Doesn't bother me.
Oh,
because we have a cushy seat and it's not as cold.
Really?
Yeah, it's not as cold.
The cushy seats are not cool?
They're cool, but they're not like hard plastic cold.
When I think the cushy seats, I think like plastic covered sofas.
I mean, that's kind of what it is, basically. But I mean, sort of. Except not as loose. But yeah.
Yeah.
It's comfy though.
Are you done with your Christmas shopping?
Oh, Christmas schmishmish. No.
Really?
No. There's been so much crap going on between COVID and surgery and all this other bullshit.
Yeah.
Like I don't even, what day is it? I still don't even know.
It is Wednesday.
I know it's Wednesday because I'm here, but
right. Yeah.
But like,
wow,
the weeks are just ticking off like nobody's business. And it, like I said, I've talked about it on the show, calendar challenged. So it's like, I don't know.
So let me ask you this as a dad, do you put wrapped gifts under the Christmas tree as you wrap them? Or do you wait till Christmas Eve and wrap a whole bunch and then you shock and awe the bottom of the Christmas tree?
Sometimes my wife will do the crux of the wrapping, and so stuff will get put under the tree prior.
Like it'll just kind of trickle out.
Yeah, when she does it.
So this would be the first year for our house where we actually, because I'm ahead, and now I'm like stocking stuffer
mode
tier.
Yeah.
I think it was over the weekend. I had the bulk of the bulk done, and I'm looking at the boxes, and I looked at Venus, and I said, Is there a reason why I shouldn't just wrap these and just start putting them underneath the tree? She's like, well, I guess not, huh?
No, I mean, that's what you do.
And there was like a moment like I went, oh. Because up till this year.
I mean, it's like, what, 3 weeks till Christmas, basically?
Up till this year. I'm ahead because I was worried about, because I had this talk with Venus too about a week and a half to 2 weeks ago. It was, we need to, the Christmas list with the kids, and what do they need for Christmas? Not what do they want.
I think
and
it's
it
just
was because
for everybody.
I was concerned about, I do the bulk of my shopping through Amazon and online now, and the delivery delays that we had been seeing, whether it was USPS or UPS or FedEx or whatnot, across the board, I was worried that shit wouldn't get here. So I did the bulk of my buying ahead. And so this year, Xander's coming up on 13. Piper's already 16. It was the first year where it was like, there's no real awe in trying to surprise these two kids who no longer need to be the magic of Santa kind of a thing. It's like they know who's paying for the fucking #spoilers.
A little late on that one.
your parents, yeah, your parents are Santa.
Also, if you're that age and you're listening to the show, that's a problem.
Yeah. #Mike Santa's not real.
Oh yeah, Mike is.
Sorry about that.
He's devastated now.
Yeah, he's like,
he
what?
hates you now.
Santa's not going to bring me a new BMW? Fuck.
Yeah.
But Dragon might. #sorry Dragon.
He's pissed.
So there was a little bit of like a reality check there. I'm like, oh man. But I've, wrapped the stuff. I've started putting it under the tree.
No, that's cool. I like that. I mean, that's kind of what should happen.
We're ahead, but like I said, I'm still in stocking stuffer, like $10 and under, kind of like, oh, I could get something like that and put it in a stocking. Ha.
Right.
So. Yeah,
no, I mean, it's started, but haven't finished.
You'll get it done. I mean, you got a week. Are you worried about shipping stuff?
I don't know. We'll find out. I don't know. Everything's just so weird this year. It's like I don't even care to a certain extent.
Are you going to do Christmas cards? Are you a Christmas cards kind of family?
Yeah, we will give each other cards and stuff.
I meant like to send to family, like
to send out.
Do like a.
We used to do them, but we're just kind of like, we don't have time.
My sister. So over Thanksgiving, my dad went to my brother's, and he had sent some pictures of them, and we exchanged pictures, like Thanksgiving dinner pictures, whatnot. And my dad has been growing out like his COVID beard. It's pretty thin, but he has my grandpa's like silver white hair.
Okay.
With a beard. He's Nevada County Santa.
Okay.
Not North Pole Santa.
Uh-huh.
Nevada County Santa. So a bunch of us have made jokes that his pictures at Thanksgiving with my brother and Kim and the girls look like Santa. So apparently my sister My sister convinced my dad, or my dad had his own idea. I'm not quite sure whose it was. So he has or purchased some sort of Santa outfit with glasses. So he's got the full shebang. And he went over to my sister's house maybe Monday or Tuesday and took pictures of himself dressed as Santa in front of her mantle fireplace.
Okay.
And he did so in a position so that we could all also send pictures
Photoshop.
So that we could be photoshopped into the picture, because my dad wants to send Christmas cards out because he's dressed as Santa and he has a beard. It's super cute.
Okay.
Right up until some of the pictures that my sister was all dumping into this hangout with my immediate family up here, was my dad was not smiling at fucking all.
Oh, really?
Zero. It looked like he was hate fuck Santa. And
why did I take this job?
If Kim eventually gets here, and my brother probably won't, and I don't think my sister listens to the podcast, but I'm throwing my wife under the bus here.
Oh, no.
Taste the chrome. So she comes in after we had she's checking the DMs faster than I am. So she comes in and she's like, "Why isn't your dad smiling?" And I went, "What?" And I had looked at a picture, but I had just "Oh, Dad's Santa."
Zoom in.
So then I looked at it, and there was probably 3 or 4 pictures of my dad. I'm like, "Oh, it's cute," because my dad is dressed up as Santa. He's like loving it. Except, yeah, he was not smiling. And he was not looking at the camera either. He's kind of like looking off into space and just kind of like, "Fuck COVID."
Okay. You know how to fix it?
Photoshop?
That new Photoshop
where
stuff?
It puts like a smile.
Yep.
Use the AI to put a grin. So So we're going the other way.
Oh, no.
So my wife comes in and she's like, "Why is your dad not smiling?" And I went, I hadn't really paid attention to it. So then I looked at it and I went, "Yeah, he's not smiling in any of these." And my wife, she doesn't want to rock the boat, but I'm like, "Fuck, watch this. I'm the oldest sibling. I'm going to say something." And I said, "Why isn't Dad fucking smiling? He looks like he hates every moment of the photo op." And I don't think my sister really had gotten it because she didn't really realize that he wasn't smiling. And I think my brother said something, and maybe Cam, I can't recall. But really, I was out on limb like, "Dad's not happy." Like, what? And I said, "If I'm sending you a photograph, I'm doing so in an elf costume, and I'm going to have a hate fuck smile on my face."
So everybody will be pissed
like I
off.
just walked back in and stepped in front of the camera after completely filling the toilet bowl full of bad juice or something. I'm like, "That's the photo you're going to get." And then Venus is laughing, and I'm laughing, and my sister's kind of like trying to diffuse the situation. And I'm like, "Yeah. That's what I'm doing." I went immediately to Amazon. I ordered an ugly elf sweater and an elf hat.
Nice.
And I'm going to rig up it's going to be here by Friday. I'm going to rig up the green screen, and I'm totally going to do the sad Ben Affleck doing the press release for the Batman versus Superman movie, and just kind of look off in the distance like, "Fuck 2020. And then send that to my sister.
So did anyone ask him why he wasn't smiling?
No.
No one's brought it up to him?
No.
Like, "Dad, why aren't you smiling in these
I'll do it.
pictures?"
I'll do it. I'll rip the Band-Aid off. My
that's
sister
what
may
I
have
wanna
sent
know.
something, but I'll send something to my dad.
Yeah.
So then the rest of us were talking about, what do we send my sister to be photoshopped in this picture with my dad who doesn't want to be there? And we kicked around about one of us giving the kids. Venus has the ugly sweater that we did for one of the Biblis things. She's like, "We should put Piper or Xander in the stripper sweater."
Oh, God.
The ugly stripper sweater. I'm like, "Fuck, let's do it." I'm like, let my dad send those. See who's paying attention to the picture. If it's like, "Oh, it's a holiday sweater." If they look and zoom, or not zoom because it'll be a
And
card.
stripper poles.
And it's a bunch of chicks on fucking knitted stripper poles. I'm like, yeah. Send that. Let's see what the Southern California relatives think of my daughter in a stripper pole, or my son in a stripper pole. Fuck, I'll wear it. I don't care. Let's see what happens.
That's funny.
Anyway,
I want to know what your dad has to say about why he wasn't smiling. That's what I came here for, to find out. I didn't get my answer. I'm sad.
Tune in next week. I'll call my dad. I'll be like, Dad,
get him live on the show.
So you want us to take some pictures for your Christmas cards? Yeah. Why aren't you smiling, Dad? What?
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
That was my smile.
We're photoshopping a bunch of people into your photos, but are we photoshopping a smile into your face? Because it looks like you hate life.
Do you hate us, Dad?
Do you hate us, Dad? Did you hate every moment of this? It looks like you might like your costume, but you hate the photo. I don't know, son. I don't know. Quarantine sucks. We'll see what he says.
Can this year be over?
Yeah, please hurry.
That's what that picture says. Can this year be over? Even Santa's pissed.
Here's a photo card of my immediate relatives, of which one includes my niece in a stripper sweater. Happy holidays.
And an angry elf.
Yeah, and an angry, pissed off elf looking off into the ether.
God.
I hope my brother sends him something awesome. Because I'm full. My Venus was like, "You're not really going to do that, are you?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm looking for the." I
ordered it.
Like that. Yeah, I'm like this. I sent my sister. I'm like, "How much time do I have?" Because I was contemplating like the elf suit, like the 3-piece suit and jacket shit.
God,
I'm like, I'll get the ears if I have to, if I have enough time. She's like, he wants to send these out as Christmas cards. I'm like, fuck. All right, I've got till the end of the week max.
Did you get ears?
No, I didn't. They wouldn't be here in time.
Damn it.
I'd make something out of cookie dough, though.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Maybe. Anyway, we're at time.
Okay. That's funny.
Yeah.
All right. Well, don't forget to wear the mask.
Wash your hands.
Wash your ass.
Return the cart.
And do the kindness.
Do the kindness.
Yes.
Happy holidays. I hope you're coping. Hope you have toilet paper.
Yes.
And we'll catch you next week.
Thanks for listening, everybody.
Bye.